Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and Throwback Thursday makes a return today as I'm bringing you guys some Madden 07 gameplay on the PlayStation 2. And I'm rolling with Chad Johnson, aka Ocho Cinco, and the Cincinnati Bengals, and we are taking on the NFC North rival Pittsburgh Steelers. And I had to bring this game back. We're a little less than a week away from Christmas, and I thought, you know, this would be a good topic for Throwback Thursday. And again, I don't really know the age of most of my audience, but you know, I'm an older guy. I'm 31 years old, so I thought I'd talk about just Christmas and video games, because they kind of go together. I mean, a show of hands, actually a show of likes. So click that thumbs up if you received a video game system for Christmas. How many of you guys are getting PS4s or Xbox Ones for Christmas this year? I hope that a lot of you guys are. You know, it's a system that everybody wants. Me, unfortunately, I will be getting a PS4 at some point. It won't be within the next while because I got some other things that I need to take care of. But you know, just Christmas and video games, it always brings me back to when I got my first Super Nintendo, and just the awesomeness that was. I remember, and I'm sure a lot of you as kids went snooping around for your presents as well. Some of you probably are going snooping around for presents this year. But I'll never forget, I went into my sister's room, my younger sister's room, and looked in her closet. And I didn't find my Super Nintendo, but I found an extra Super Nintendo controller. And I just remember the excitement and the thought that when I saw that, I knew I was getting one. And that was around the time when Mortal Kombat was first out, the original Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam. And man, Super Nintendo was the shit. I'm not sure how many of you guys had that, or if you were Sega players. Look at that interception there. Scoreless first half in this game, by the way, but there's going to be some action coming up in the second half. Stay tuned. I hope you're not bored. Lost my train of thought there. So yeah, Super Nintendo. So I got the Super Nintendo for Christmas, and every year, the day after Christmas, we would go to my father's parents' house in Rome, New York. It's about, I'd say, a good 45 minutes from Syracuse. And so obviously I just got the Super Nintendo, and I'm wanting to play it really, really bad. I mean, I don't want to go to sleep, and I got to spend the whole next day, the day after Christmas, away from home, away from my Super Nintendo. And to make things worse, I'll never forget, there was a terrible, terrible snowstorm that started right while we were driving there. And I'll never forget my parents basically saying that we would have to probably stay the night in Rome, and I was just so sad, so upset that I couldn't get back home to my Super Nintendo. But I think we ended up going home still, and I remember the very next day I went to Toys R Us, and it's just kind of funny thinking of the fact I went to Toys R Us to buy a video game, but I went and bought the first Mortal Kombat and probably sat in my basement for the whole rest of my winter break playing that game, and I think Super Mario, the Super Nintendo Super Mario that it came with. But again, I'd like you guys, you know, I like to, when we do these Throwback Thursdays, I not only like to bring you guys old gameplays, but I like to reminisce and go back on topics that are fun to think about. So, share some stories with me, maybe a story of when you got a video game system for Christmas, or maybe a game that you got for Christmas, maybe a surprise where you didn't think you were getting something for Christmas, and then you ended up getting it, and you know, just how you felt. But share those in the comments. It'd be fun to really read those, and for you people who read the comments, I bet you'll get some laughs at some stories that people might have. You see Ocho Cinco, or Chad Johnson, as I guess I should be calling him, scores his second touchdown of the game, and I believe we just took a 21-0 lead. And the Steelers are, yeah, it's 21-0. The Steelers are going to go back down, kind of on a desperation drive. God, it's so weird playing these older games and kind of the reactions when you use a control. Like, look at this fail right here. I jumped way too early, but you know, in the next our current gen and probably next gen as well, when you press that, you know, that triangle button, he kind of leaps up for the ball. He doesn't just put his hands up like he did there. So they scored, but just for video and entertainment purposes, I tried to get down here and score one more touchdown for you guys, and I will. So I hope you guys enjoyed another edition of Throwback Thursday. I'm going to be bringing these hopefully more often. I want to do some NBA Live or some MLB The Show. I got some older games of those titles that we can play. There's Chad Johnson's third touchdown. So we'll be back again. If you guys can leave me some topics that we can talk about in Throwback Thursday as well, that'd be really helpful in the comments. So it's Popular Stranger. Enjoy your Christmas even though it is a week away, and I'll have more videos before then. I'm out. Peace.